Hey guys, welcome to Codename Epic's Off Topic. We're your hosts, Kerbykidd
and Black Superman.
And today we're talking about the Amazing Spiderman video game for PS3 and Xbox.
Yeah, now I've been playing this for about 20 seconds, so I kind of suck at it. But yeah, you're probably seeing how much I suck at it.
Yeah, I have to apologize to Black Superman. The first time I let him play was in the part of the game when not only do you have no web shooters, you have no powers.
Yeah,
and you're fighting a giant robot that spits fire.
Well, maybe not the giant robot spitting fire thing, but pretty much the rest of that's true.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Basically, the first time I held the game, I was in the middle of the game where, he had learned everything. So, aside from that, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I like the gameplay. I like the swinging. I like how they don't take it too seriously. Like, you can swing straight up. I know people have problems with that in the Spider-Man, fan community, but it's a game.
I don't have a problem with that in New York. I have a problem with that in the suburbs when he comes out of his window of his house
and then just swings off.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, aside from that, though, no, it's a cool game. It's got good graphics. It seems to have a really good, very long story.
Yeah. Which is a good plus. It's got an online feature that I haven't looked at yet, but I'm sure that's going to be pretty cool. One thing I thought was really awesome that made the game actually worth $60 was you can unlock comic books. There are pages that are floating around the world, and as you get like 20 pages, every 20 pages you unlock another comic that you can read, such as the first Spider-Man or other important times in Spider-Man's existence. And I thought that was cool. And some of them are even flying around, and you have to catch them.
Yeah, that makes it very cool. Gives you a little something extra to do. A lot like Batman Arkham City, where you have all these little side things that you have to take on, as well as the main bosses and everything. So for people who are just swinging around, and then especially once you've beaten the game,
just
you can still go back and just collect the comics. That gives you something extra to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, except you're Spider-Man, which means you can't hurt anybody innocent, which I was looking forward to. Maybe next game. But now you bring up Batman, though. You did point out to me that the stealth takedowns that Spider-Man can do are pretty much ripped right out of Gotham City.
That's right. Like Arkham Asylum. It started in Arkham Asylum, where you're hanging down from the gargoyle, and then you jump down, you grab a guy, and then you hang him from the gargoyle. Spider-Man does pretty much the exact same thing, except for with webbing. So yeah, while it was ripped off, it's a good rip-off.
It works. And now that I think about it, some of the fighting is reminiscent of Batman as well. I guess they found a good formula and said, look, let's all just stick with this formula.
Well, to be fair, Spider-Man being who he is and the kind of powers he has, he kind of fights like Batman anyway.
Yeah, except, it's because it's all of his genes. Batman does it because he earned it.
Yeah. So Spider-Man is Sasuke.
Spider-Man. No, Sasuke's powerful. As much as we don't like the man, he is kind of uber hacked.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. But the gameplay is really cool. It takes place after the movie, so there's not that many spoilers. There's a few, but really not that many.
There's only one big spoiler, which
we won't say. But the game is actually worth it. Now, one thing that we thought was pretty cool is that the suit takes damage as you take damage.
Yeah, so instead of getting the big power bar that's going across your screen that tells you, oh, by the way, you're being hit, and you're being hit, and you're being hit. Well, your suit is taking damage, and the rest of the screen is open, so it's a lot more like looking at a movie than it is like playing a video game.
Right. There's not a lot of things on screen except for just you and the people trying to kill you. And one thing that's kind of cool is that you can go home in order to get your costume back to normal condition. You have to go back to your closet,
normal
people, and select which outfit you want to wear.
Yeah, and so that's one of those other things. Going back to all that stuff not being on the screen, you don't have that problem where something comes from the side and surprises you because you couldn't see it past the power bar.
Right. I mean, you get a little bit more time. Of course, your spider sense activates and tells you, hey, you're about to die.
Which is a good plus.
Yeah, that's a very good plus.
I mean, because a lot of old Spider-Man games, the spider sense would go off, but they don't actually give you a way to react to it.
Right.
This game actually gives you a way to react to the spider sense.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're going to die. You're going to die. Oh, you died. Sorry. One thing, there's another cool Easter egg. You're staying conveniently at a different apartment than your own. You're staying at your friend Stan's house, which you get that. You get that. Your friend Stan's house, and he has a lot of money.
How old is he?
They don't. He's not in the movie or the game so far. He just mentioned. He's like, that's my friend Stan. So that's my, they just drop a name. We know it's Stan Lee.
Yeah, I actually want to know how old Stan Lee is because, dude's created 60 years worth of stuff I love. He's got to be getting up there.
He's got to be at least 80.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
But he's still around. He probably got some of that Captain America serum.
Nah, Captain America is old and buff. Stan Lee is
he tried to make it real.
And very, very cool.
Yeah. Could be buff, though. Maybe if he gets angry enough.
And Stan, if you see this, we think you're cool. We need to talk.
But from what you did play at the game, though, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I think that there's a couple of things that logic-wise don't make a lot of sense, but Spider-Man logically doesn't make a lot of sense.
Not really, no.
So, that being said, A+.
I give it a C.
All right.
Mainly because I hate Spider-Man. The game itself is really good. It's like an A+. I give Spider-Man, the character, a C.
And I give it an A+ just because, well, I only played it for 15 seconds, and the 15 seconds I played, I got trounced. Didn't really see very much, but,
yeah.
Video games of this nature, a lot of times are just kind of button mashing, kill a couple of things. You can come in on the last boss and you'll still win type games. And this one doesn't seem to be like that.
No, you have to practice. But no, in all seriousness, it's a really good game. It's probably the best Spider-Man game I've played. Where I actually like I like combat, but I actually like doing the stealth part, which is hard, for me to like in a game, is the stealth part. And I find myself being more stealthy in this game because you kind of feel like Spider-Man. Especially when you're swinging in the city.
Well, according to Wonder Woman, Spider-Man's kind of creepy. He is kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're a little creepy, dude. But like when you're swinging in the city, it's like you have a lot of control of what you do. With the web rush system, where you can hold down the R1 or right block and focus and figure out where you want to click, or just tap it and just zoom to different areas. And it's really fast paced. Like you saw when I was playing, I can just zoom over, but I know what I'm doing. You have enough control over it.
Yeah, I can't do that yet.
But like you can go crazy and still have enough control and work with it. You also don't lose your focus when you go on the ceiling. The way they have it done, you can actually keep going. Because I know some Spider-Man games, when you go to the ceiling, I get all sorts of confused.
Yeah. A lot of games, not just those, but like some of the ninja games and certain things like that too, where when you change the part of the environment that you're in, they don't change the focus, so you kind of can't find yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spider-Man game actually gives you a chance to relocate yourself and look around the room and find where you are and get yourself reoriented. So it helps out a lot, and it makes it more like your Spider-Man.
Yeah, and like with the web rush, you can slow down whenever you need to slow down. Like you saw, I was doing some moves where you sling towards something, and then all of a sudden you decide you need to turn, so you just stop spinning, web sling, and get out of there.
Which is cool.
You could not do that without the web rush.
Or maybe you could, but you would have to be like really great.
You'd have to play the game way too much.
And who's got that kind of time? I'm working on getting that kind of time,
right?
But I don't have that kind of time.
Now, overall, if you can sum up the game in one word, what word would you say?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Spectacular.
How about is it ultimate?
It might be ultimate.
Maybe ultimate.
Maybe.
It's probably more avenging though. I think it's avenging.
I'm gonna stick with spectacular.
You have too many titles, sir. Pick one and then be done with it. So that's how we feel about Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man for PS3 and Xbox. You can hear us talk about it more on Krypton Radio, Thursdays at 7 o'clock.
Join us there.
And yeah, thanks for listening, guys.